look around, what do you see? Books, books. Are you ready to read? Gather round, what do you hear? Books, books. Open up your ears.
Hey Dragons, it's Miss Melina and I am here with another read aloud to share with you guys. So the book we're going to read today is one of my favorites because it takes place at the New York Public Library. I got a chance to go there this summer and it was so awesome. It's so beautiful, and my favorite part were the two lions that are outside of the public library. And that is what our story is about today. So the story that we are going to be reading is called Lost in the Library. So here we go. A story of patience and fortitude, Lost in the Library, by Josh Funk, illustrated by Stevie Lewis. Early one morning, while all New York slept, night was transforming to dawn. Silence filled all of Manhattan except Fortitude woke with a yawn. "Patience, good morning," he said from his plinth, but Patience was nowhere in sight. He'd entered the library's grand labyrinth when no one was watching last night. I wonder what he's up to. Fortitude never abandoned his post, but Patience had not yet returned. As sunlight ascended across the East Coast, Fortitude grew quite concerned. How could he do this? He's never been late. Fortitude leapt on all fours. Lacking all patience, he couldn't just wait, and he scampered through Astor Hall's doors. Have any of you ever been to the New York Public Library? Let me know down below if you have. The ceiling above was 12 elephants tall and dozens of buffalo wide. Patience told stories of rooms like this hall, but it was a new world inside. Twisting and turning, he noticed some stairs Patience might climb, he supposed. When he reached the top, he was caught unawares. A frolicsome statuette posed. "Looking for someone?" she asked with a grin. Fortitude nodded his head. "Patience, my partner, my sidekick, my twin. I really must find him," he said. "The Rose-Main reading room back to your right. Sometimes he's there," the girl stated. Fortitude thanked her and ran out of sight, hoping his buddy awaited. Over and under the tables and chairs, Fortitude looked high and low. Searching the shelves on the walls up the stairs, Fortitude paced to and fro. After what felt like forever, he ceased. Patience just wasn't around. Fortitude heard someone's voice to the east and eagerly followed the sound. People and portraits that lined every wall whispered and gossiped away. So Fortitude roared out his loudest of all to turn their attention his way. "Has anyone noticed a lion like me? He's quiet and peaceful and sweet." A grumpy old man said, "No lion but thee. Now please go back to the street." Exiting gloomily, Fortitude wandered back through the library's maze. "Patience, dear Patience, where are you?" he pondered, while thinking of happier days. In the beginning, young Patience was shy, but Fortitude thought he was rude. Weeks and then months and then years traveled by. Eventually, friendship ensued. Patience told stories of ducklings and moons, of wardrobes and buttons and fun. On cold, snowy evenings or hot afternoons, Fortitude cherished each moon. rays from the sun had begun creeping in when water flew out from a sink. A little bronze lion said, "Gotcha, I win," and gave him a satisfied wink. The lion said, "Wait, you're not Patience. Oh no, the splash, it's a game that we play." "Patience?" asked Fortitude. "Where did he go? The sunrise is minutes away." "Today, haven't seen him," the lion confessed. "But I wouldn't worry, old chap. Perhaps you require some help on your quest. I think what you need is a map." Fortitude scanned every atlas he could before tossing each to the side. Only a library map would do good. Eureka! A visitor's guide. How many hundreds of rooms can exist? Reading the map, he was shocked. Fortitude dashed to the places he'd missed, except through the doors that were locked. He searched every floor from the first to the third. Patience couldn't be found. Fortitude thought, "I will not be deterred. What's on this floor, labeled ground?" Fortitude quickly crept down the dark hall and into a jungle of joy, with colorful pictures adorning each wall and books for each cat, girl, and boy. Fortitude prowled past Sandak and Rylant, Yolan and Pinckney and Bloom. While keeping his footsteps impeccably silent, he heard something in the next room. What part of the library does it look like they're in? "Patience," said Fortitude, "what are you doing?" But Patience stood still as a stone. "The sun's almost risen. The pigeons are cooing. You've got to get back to your throne." "Just one more paragraph," Patience declared. Then something caught Fortitude's eye. There lay the stories that Patience had shared: the monkeys, the pebble, the pie. "Patience, did you learn these stories from me?" Fortitude asked, but he knew. Patience just nodded and said, "Well, you see, I love sharing stories with you." The lions returned to their guard on the street, and nobody noticed they'd gone. Fortitude sat in his usual seat, and slowly the day carried on. But something was missing. Though Patience was found, Fortitude still felt a need. "Patience," he said, "when there's no one around, tonight, can you sneak in and read?" So today's story time is all about how much we love books. So today we're going to do two things. We're going to create a craft where you put yourself with your stack of books that either you are currently reading or some of your favorites. And then we're also going to make some book trailers in Adobe Spark, or you can head on over to Flipgrid and tell me about your favorite book. For today's craft, we're going to be creating a selfie book stack. So here's what you'll need: a white piece of paper, a black marker, and different colored crayons and colored pencils. The first thing we're going to do is draw our book stack. So draw a rectangle along the bottom part of your paper. Draw another rectangle on top of that. And then one more rectangle, kind of like you're making the shape of a cake. Then you're going to draw a semicircle from one end of your book stack to the other. This is going to be your head. Then you're going to start drawing some hair. You can draw bangs if you are a girl, Or if you're a boy, you can just leave it at that. Draw some little squigglies for eyes, a nose, and some lips. Then we're going to go back in and add some detail. So I'll draw some lines for your hair. Then draw your ears. Then we're going to draw some earrings. Then we're going to go back and add some hair to the top of our head. We're going to draw a bun on top. Then we're going to draw some lines for the rest of our hair. Once we have all of our hair drawn, we're going to come down and start writing the titles of the books that either we are currently reading or that we would like to read when we get back to school. Once we have everything written out, we are going to take our crayons and we are going to color in our picture. So one of the things that I really like to do if I add a lighter color, like I'm doing to the earrings, is to color them in really lightly and then go back and take another color that's a little bit darker and add in kind of a color over to make it look a little more detailed. So you're going to color in your entire picture with whatever colors you choose, and when you are finished, you'll have something that looks like this. I'd love to see what you create. Alright guys, the second part of our books story time is to contribute to our Flipgrid. So you can head on over from the link and come to our Flipgrid page, and what you're going to do is just add to the videos that are already here and tell us about a book that you love. So make it interesting, but don't give away the whole story, and we'll come back and kind of visit these later. Your other option is you can go to Adobe Spark and you can create a book trailer. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So when you get to the Adobe Spark page, you're going to click on Continue with Google. Then you're going to click on your name. Click on Adobe ID. Okay, what I'd like for you to do is click on the Spark logo, come over, and I want you to click on Slideshow. So if you've done one of these before, you know you just click on all of the orange buttons to get to the regular page. And then it's going to take you to your screen options. So I want you to choose a book, and then what you're going to do is add some photos that kind of represent your book, and you're going to record your audio on each slide and tell us a little bit about the book without giving the whole thing away. And when you're finished, you can either download those and then put them on our Flipgrid page, or you can click on share and then send them to my email, which is jmellina, JMELLINA @oconeyschools.org. Have fun!